Good morning, everyone. First things first. Then I'll tell you what all happened here. It is what it is, I tell you. But again, how fortunate we were. Unbelievable. I was a blessed child. I'm still a blessed child of God, so is everyone else here. I was a blessed child, peace in mankind. Care and love for every dependent child. Peace, every child feels secure, which reflects cause and effect in the child's life. Peace, every child eats. Peace, every child is warmed in cold times. Peace, understanding a child's growth in troubling times, then to guide the child to attain harmony with peace. I am peace as a father, as a mother, as a son, as a daughter of God. Peace, to become the best I can be for every child. Repentance, knowing every child is deserving of peace. Prayer, knowing every child comes first. Restored, conditions are fulfilled when every child is loved and cared for. Death separates us from our earthly path to attain peace. Our taught descendants are the future. The change of lineage, God's lineage in action. The true cause and effect in a child's harmonious and happy life. I am an adult ashamed to ask for anything from my heavenly parents for myself. If a child on earth needs my prayers and conditions greater than I, peace will happen when peace can be found in every child. I will be less than any child that suffers due to mankind's unkindness. Spirit world will hold us all accountable, regardless. Remember that. Okay. That was a good reminder. Okay. There we go. So, Sissy got up. Oh, I noticed the smell and didn't think much of it. I thought Sissy had made a fire downstairs. And to begin with, sometimes the wood smell, the fire it goes a little through the house. I like it. As long as we don't get smoked out, sometimes that happens too. It just depends. And, well, Cecil got ready to leave. She had an appointment. And it was early morning, about 8:30 or something. And she comes back in, she says, "Hey, there's a fire somewhere." I'm going, "What?" I went out, sure enough, you could see the cloud of, is that fog now? Which we have a lot. Look at the other side. Nope, there's none over here. There's none over here. It's just right there. Sure enough, I'm going, yep, there's a fire. It could be from the one over in Wooten that they had going the day before. That smoke travels here. Anyway, so, okay, well, I'll call the fire department, find out where the fires are at. We're surrounded here by woods. This wood house. If there's something like this going on, you want to know. Anyway, Cece drives off, called. "Hey, guess where the fire's at? Right at our gate, going up the graveyard and on the other side of the county road." Oh, dear me. Here I'm running into my brother-in-law's room. I said, "Hey, got a fire at the gate." And he's like, "What?" He gets up, goes out there, and comes back. Within, he says, "Yep, sure enough, we got fire going out there." And he comes, he gets the fire extinguisher, goes back out. He gets a bucket of water too, and goes back out, gets out. Most of it on our side isn't so bad, and we kind of caught it, I guess, in time, or whatever was going on there. Our side, the other side, on the other side of the county road going down, it was much worse. Uh, okay, here, I'm calling fire department. And we got several fires going there. And the forestry service, forestry service. Huh? Send a fire truck. Oh, learned something new. No, no, the fire department here isn't going to come out for the forest fire. You have to wait for the forest department. Okay, man. From what I heard, I haven't even seen it yet. I haven't been out there, so somebody had to stay here, kind of by. Okay. And my brother-in-law comes back. He says, I got most of it out. I can't do much over on the other side, but I got most of it. What's happening on our side taken care of, but the logs are still smoldering that are laying down, and it's one of those things where smoldering logs, it just depends if the heat builds up, smoldering. There you go, again, right? I'm calling again, guys. Where are you? I said, well, they're busy. Turns out. Longer story short, okay, it's all out now. It's been raining for several hours, and yesterday we just kept checking. We couldn't do much over on the other side, but on our side, it wasn't too bad, not from what we heard other places. So interestingly enough, we were seemed like just one of the places where someone, my brother-in-law Cosper says, this was arson. Somebody set these fires in several places, and one right under our mailbox. Yeah. Oh, interesting. Well, it turns out that somebody was on some kind of a rampage around the county and set about five fires that we know of. Five of them, and they are one's down was down Cutchin River, Cutchin Creek River, and then they must have made their way up here, set a fire here, and kept on going. Set another fire a little farther down, and that burned 30 acres. And there are people living up there, just as people are living back here. Right? Yes. Kept on going to Trace Branch, which is there's a campground, set another fire, burned another 40 acres. And the forest, that's one reason why they were too thin stretched. There were too many fires going, and ours wasn't. They had a look. They looked at it when they drove past it. Oh, this is kind of contained, yeah, for now. Well, anyway, my brother-in-law went out later, and sure enough, when they had already left again, and there was a log on fire. Again, it had flared up again, but then my husband showed up as well, and they took care of things out there. All is well, and it ends well. Now it's raining, and most likely whatever else has been burning out there still, is taken care of. Who would do something like that? Yeah. I'll tell you something interesting. On that same day, that was the first day, we used to be a dry county here, and people voted it wet, which means you can buy alcohol now legally in this county. And that day, when someone went around between 9 p.m. and midnight and set all those fires, was the same day that you could go for the first time into a store here where they had their first delivery of alcohol. Interesting? Yeah, well, anyway. So, having said that, if whoever did this gets caught, they should be tried for attempted murder as well, not just arson. Because there are people living in all these hollers. And in the way that our woods here, that wind we had, thank God the ground was still wet this snap, but all the leaves this snap, and the wind we had dried things a little bit out, And as I said, not too far from here, a few miles, 70 acres burned up, at least 70 acres. Right? Yes, yeah. Here we had, it wasn't even an acre. As I said, it was. Thank God, Sissy had an appointment. Right? Yes, okay. and we stayed on it all day. Yeah. My brother-in-law went out, I think the last time last night, about midnight, to check on it one more time. Yes. A fire like that can travel really fast. And with all the underbrush we have here, this and that, yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot to set a whole national park. This is we live in the Daniel Boone National Park. Yeah, set a whole park on fire like that, on purpose. It's the guys that came. Yeah, we already know this. All of these fires have been set intentionally. Yes. Wow, what a coward's way of doing things. Yeah, just because you're unhappy about something. Well, in any case, the guy gets caught, or the guys, or the women, we don't know who it is, right? Yeah, maybe somebody has some information. A person like that should be put away. This, in my opinion, isn't just arson. This is also attempted murder of a lot of people here. Yeah. We have different ways to get out of this holler. Yeah, we can't drive, we have to walk. But just think, if that would have all been on fire out there, we would not have been able to drive a car out. We would have to get out of here on foot. Yes? Yeah. Other people aren't so lucky at some of the places that where the fires were. But nobody got hurt. So, nobody got hurt. And it didn't look like it was going to rain, but it is. It's raining today. Yeah, taking care of that. Interesting? Yeah. That's it. Again, blessing in disguise. Cece had an appointment to start with. And we could keep the fire in check because it hadn't gotten out of hand yet. Could have looked a whole lot different, y'all. Okay, so there it is. Let's keep on reading. Never give in and never give up, and hopefully that person will get caught. Oh, there. One shouldn't be allowed to create that kind of damage out there. But anyway, it is as it is. Okay, we are in Numbers 13. The reconnaissance in Canaan. Yahweh spoke to Moses and said, "Send out men, one from each tribe, to reconnoiter the land of Canaan, which I am giving the Israelites. Each of them is to be a leading man of the tribe." Oh, send out spies. Let's call it what it is. Send out spies. Scouts. At Yahweh's order, Moses sent them from the desert of Paran. So how far away were they from Canaan at that point? Now, Moses spent 40 years in the desert. I gotta go and check out how long it took the Israelites to get from Egypt to Canaan, actually. Seems to be a little bit... I'm sure it's going to come up, but I'm just writing it down in case. Well, I'm not sure it's going to come up. What do we know? Okay. These were their names. For the tribe of Reuben, Shammua, son of Sakur. Oh, now they're all supposed to be leaders of their tribes. Interesting. I've never heard of Shammua, son of Sakur. He's probably somewhere in there in the longer genealogy that we read before. For the tribe of Simeon, Shaphath, son of Hori. For the tribe of Judah, Caleb, son of Jephunneh. Oh, yeah. By the way, Miriam, I went look. Miriam is the older sister of Moses and Aaron. For the tribe of Issachar, they put of in here twice. Don't they proofread this when they print the Bible? For the tribe of. Tribe of. I'm gonna mark it. There's a mistake here. Yeah, I'll let them know. All right. For the tribe of Issachar, Igal, son of Joseph. Joseph, Igal. Never heard of Igal. For the tribe of Ephraim, Hoshea, son of Nun. For the tribe of Benjamin, Palti, son of Raphu. These are all leaders, most of them we never heard of. For the tribe of Benjamin, for the tribe of Zebulun, Gadiel, son of Sadi. Well, we have to remember, people get older, children grow up, then they become leaders. I guess we're just moving on. Okay. For the tribe of Joseph. For the tribe of Manasseh. The heck is this now? Tribe of Joseph. For the tribe of Manasseh, Gadi, son of Suzi. For the tribe of Dan, Amiel, son of Gemali. For the tribe of Asher, Sethur, son of Michael. Michael, look at that. Michael, the name Michael is in here already. For the tribe of Naphtali, Nabi, son of Vopsi. For the tribe of Gad, Guel, son of Makai. Such were the names of the men whom Moses sent to reconnoiter the country. Moses then gave Hoshea, son of Nun, the name Joshua. Wow. Why the change? So how many were there? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12. Oh, 12 again. Huh. The name started to change. That's interesting. Moses sent them to reconnoiter the land of Canaan. Go up into Negeb, he said. Then go up into the highlands. See what sort of country it is and what sort of people the inhabitants are, whether they are strong or weak, few or many, what sort of land they live on, whether it is good or poor, what sort of towns they live in, whether they are open or fortified, what sort of land it is, fertile or barren, wooden or open. Be bold and bring back some of the country's produce. It was the season for early grapes. They went up and reconnoitered the country from the desert of Zin to Rehob, the pass of Hamath. They went up by way of the Negeb as far as Hebron, where Ahiman, Sheshai, and Talmai, the Anakim, lived. Hebron was founded 7 years before Tanis in Egypt. Why is that important? I have no idea. Reaching the vale of Eshcol, there they loped off a vine branch with a cluster of grapes, which 2 of them carried away on a pole, as well as pomegranates and figs. This place was called the Vale of Eshcol, after the cluster which the Israelites cut there. Okay. The expedition's report. After 40 days, they returned from reconnoitering the country, making their way to Moses, Aaron, and the whole community of Israel in the desert of Paran at Kadesh. They made their report to them and the whole community and displayed the country's produce. This was the report they gave. We made our way into the country where you sent us. It does indeed flow with milk and honey. Here is what it produces. At the same time, its inhabitants are powerful people. The towns are fortified and very big. Yes, and we saw the Anakim there. The Amalekites occupied the Negev area, the Hittites, Jebusites, and Amorites, the highlands, and the Canaanites, the seacoast and the banks of the Jordan. Caleb called the people around Moses to silence and then said, "We must march in immediately and take it. We are certainly able to conquer it." But the men who had been with him said, "We cannot attack these people. They are stronger than we are." And they began disparaging to, to the Israelites the country they had reconnoitered, saying, "The country we have been to reconnoiter is a country that devours its inhabitants. All the people we saw there were of enormous size. We saw giants there too. The Anakim descended from the giants. We felt like grasshoppers, and so we seemed to them." Short. That's the end of 14. Nope. Guess what the next one is? The rebellion of Israel. Okay, so here they are. God sent them out. Now, again, it says here, we know that God has promised them something. Promised them good land. But, that land has people in it, right? Yes? I don't know how things exactly went there. Right? I don't know. I don't know. What were... It's interesting to me on how little instructions here suddenly now from God are being laid bare and open. Right? Yes? Which could just, again, be... when a people isn't united, and one already knows that beforehand, has everything really been laid out properly? Okay, so I know that to the Europeans, the first who came to reconnoiter this country, adventurers, yes, conquerors, yes, they come and they look, oh yeah, go back, and what do they tell the kings and the queens and the people of, I said, Europe? This is a great place. Flows with milk and honey. Yeah. And people, and freedom. And people were enthralled with that. Many people figured out a way to get to the Americas. Yes? All right. But there were people here. Yeah, okay. I think we all know how that went. I don't think there needs to be more said to that. So I wonder, So here come the Israelites, and there is what God promised us, but there's people there. So what do? Right? Different people. Were some of the ones that went out and looked at the whole situation and, man, this is going to be a lot of, how are we going to take care of all them people here so we can take over, right? And some of them said, I don't think this is the right way to go. Come back with these stories, right? Oh, they're like giants, this, that, and we're just little whatever, almost in a way, let's not do this. This is not, something's not right here. Let's not do this. Right? Try to deter Israel from going into Canaan. Uh, Interestingly enough, it doesn't say anything here yet. Did any of them that just went and looked around, so who's your leader here? This, that, right? Can one, is your leader, are you happy with your leader, right? Can one talk to their, did they have kings and queens there? I guess we'll find out more about all that as we keep reading. Why not come back with information like that? I think if we just send an envoy, right, to see if there's room for us without having to get into any kind of fights or this or that, right? Yes? Okay. Well, we know how that works, right? God kind of wanted to keep his people isolated. There were good reasons for that. I get that too. Yet, is it a blessing? Will it become a blessing to eradicate a whole other people so that you got enough room? It's one thing out here to can, right? Yes, that was a scary day yesterday. Yeah, it was. It was a scary day to think what could have happened if. Right? And well, where do I live? Right? Yes, you got to stay vigilant, right, with your surroundings. Mm. I have a feeling it's just one person out there unhappy about something. Maybe there were two. And they could have destroyed our homestead here. Completely destroyed. I, I continuously try to remember that I'm a bit the foreign part here, right? In this wilderness here. And it is. It's you walk about a half a mile and you better know where you're going. No trails. Deer trails, maybe. Yeah, maybe some that are horses forged, but otherwise, no trails. It's just wilderness, woods, brambles, bees' nests, ground bees, ground wasps, snakes. I don't know. The occasional bear, mountain lion, coyotes. Yeah, pretty wild. Gets pretty wild out there. And rather than trying to conquer the wild here, we just live with it as it lives with us. Yes? Okay, I'm not sure. I think it's just us. Okay, the wilderness will give a little bit. Depends on how hard you work on things, too. But what I found is to remember that I'm the one that came in here, right? Rather than, and made some changes. Got to remember that. Then certain things that go with the wild here, I have to accept that. I have to take that into consideration. Right? Yes? Yeah. Interestingly enough, we used to have a lot of coyotes. I mean, it got to the point where it was a bit worrisome, yet still. Suddenly, well, there were fewer and fewer. I wasn't sure. Kind of quiet. Still don't know. But another thing, we had a lot of bats, which is great. No mosquitoes. And then we noticed last year, before the year before last, we suddenly noticed that our bat population is shrinking. Wonder what's going on. Yeah. So found out that actually already for about 10 years, it's been around for about 10 years, there is a fungus that bats get. It's called white nose fungus or something, and it kills them. That's it. It's not dangerous to anybody, or just they get infected, and most likely it has found its way here to our homestead. We still have bats, but not as many as we used to. And I remember Sissy and I were sitting out on the porch and we're counting all the bats. We said, "Man, we just counted more than 50 flying out." I said, "How many are there going to be next year if they have babies? This, that is, ooh, we may be getting inundated with bats a little bit, right?" And yet here, somehow nature found its a way again, right, to make sure that bats aren't going to get overpopulated. We didn't do anything. We don't have poison out for bats or sonar things that, that you can detract them, or other things that might actually, kill them, or just nothing. We just go with whatever nature's doing on its own here, right? Yes. Might have more mosquitoes this year. We'll find out, right? Yes. Anywho, so nature regulates itself, and it has a chance to do so. I've talked about that with the plants and how that happens with the plants, exactly the same too. Interesting. So here are the Israelites, and they're getting ready to go and take over. Bloodshed is imminent, isn't it? Yeah. And could it have been done in a different way? Could people have come here to the United States in a different way? I don't know. I guess it just depends again on what the mindset of people are. As I said, there is some of us, we're just trying to live properly on earth. Then there are others who are very destructive. If the first day of now you can buy beer in our county, in our little county, somebody was unhappy with that, why not talk about it? Why not? Why? There was people voted for it. What would I have voted for? Against it. I like our little dry county, mainly because the development of it stays slim. Right? Yes, there's enough. Okay, well, don't you want your county to have more? This, I said, well, if that depends on selling alcohol, I'd rather say no. Okay, there it is. Okay, but here was someone possibly very unhappy about that. As if, and again, could be someone that's very God-fearing person and says we shouldn't be doing this. This is not good. We don't need alcohol being sold here in this county, right? Yes. Well, okay. I'm just saying. Right? Okay, that was wrong. Regardless, one doesn't do that. As I said, it should be treated not just as arson but attempted murder. Yeah? And so the Israelites are getting ready to basically invade another people. And then the way they're going to do it is, well, we have God on our side. Right? What do you think? If I'm right about the person who set the fires, you think, don't you think he would think that he had God on his side? He probably thought he or she, or them, have God on their side as well. If that was the case, that they were unhappy, she was unhappy about the sale of now alcohol in our county on the same day. All these fires on the same day. Yeah, I'm just saying. It's interesting. Yeah. But would God approve of that? To do that to other people? I doubt it very much. Did God, in the way that we can see where it is going here, right? Yes, with the Israelites and on how they're planning now. I said, okay, what are we going to do? We all know what a little bit what comes afterwards. If you've read the Bible, right, it gets more interesting. But again, was it really? Did they really do it according to, in a way that God would have wanted them to do that? I don't know. Guess we'll have to keep reading, find out more about it. I find it interesting that, so this all happened yesterday. And here we are in a chapter where, okay, it's about the invasion of a people into another people, the area, region of another people. People have different views about things like that. Don't know. I said, I know one thing, that I am not going to conquer this wilderness unless I burn it all down, unless I cut everything down, unless I shoot everything dead. Right? Yes? Yeah. Okay. Put some poison out for the snakes and this and I don't know what else. Right? Yeah? Yes, I could make this a completely barren land. Or enjoy the beauty out there, live with it, learn about it, live with it, and be careful. Yeah. All right. Well, that's what I wanted to share this morning. Yeah. Interesting, huh? These Bible readings are. Well, there you go. Now you got something to talk about. Connect the past with the present and the future. It's interesting how this is working. Right? Yes? Yeah, I always say spirit world's always there as well. And then again, how am I listening to spirit world? Right? Yeah? I can do it one way or the other way too. Yes. Okay. God's love, blessings always. May He protect you, and I will talk to you another time.